or presents Red Means Stop.
This is Gary Butterfield.
This is Cole Ross.
And this is the end of season 6.
When is a finale not a finale?
Batman. Night Dick. When's a finale not a finale? Night Dick. Yeah, we're talking about the de facto finale, written by Doc Hammer, originally aired March 20th, 2016.
Yeah. The main thrust of the story is the Monarch, as the Blue Morpho, attempting to deal with a new villain called Red Death, this real frightening family man who is the last of Wide Whale's sub-arches, kind of standing in the way for arching Rusty, well, I mean, aside from Wide Whale himself.
Yes. And Red Death gets recruited as part of the sting operation where the Guild and the OSI work together to try to kill the Blue Morpho. Blue Morpho, just killing unlicensed or killing licensed villains, is bad for business for everybody.
Yeah. You know, because OSI is part of the kayfabe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's also a subplot whose purpose is not revealed until the very end. A good deal of this episode is spent in a Saw parody. These two guys who are chained up in a Saw-esque bathroom.
Yes. And this has aged poorly.
Yeah.
Even at the time it came out. And it is a limp way to end the 2021 PS post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD.
There we go.
Issue that he has, and it doesn't have a lot of great jokes.
No. It's. I mean, I like the reveal that 21 thought he was helping, but also I don't like the. Okay, so I don't like the subject matter of it. Like that's a weird place for his story to go. I think it is structured neat. It's just, I don't know. Doing a Saw parody is weird. In the commentary, Doc Hammer says, "Oh, I just like Saw movies. He's seen them all. Yeah, I also like Saw movies. I've seen them all. I understand that they're terrible or what have you, but it is a strange move for this.
It feels really incongruous.
Yeah.
I think I don't like any part of this as it plays out in the Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
Really. The jokes in this I feel are actively detractive.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who just wants to eat butts.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the intended humor of that is. Like, not to sound like, what is a bench? Like, I'm not trying to sound like that, but I don't really get it.
Yeah.
And they wasted, they've got fun voice actors.
Yeah.
For it.
You get Jimmy Supernatural. One of them's James Adomian, I think.
Yeah. James Adomian and Jimmy Supernatural.
Yeah.
Are the two guys. And they're kind of, fun voice actors. Mm-hmm. James Adomian comes back for a much more fun.
Oh, yeah.
Character in the 7th season. I do not get it. If you're doing a finale spending this much time on parodying Saw with 2 new characters while the most interesting plot that you've done, in quite a while gets wrapped up in your A plot, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's a gobsmacking thing. I know they didn't necessarily want it to be a finale, but they kept talking about how, they wanted to have space for it. They wanted to have more room and everything. And it just made me not feel super sympathetic to that, because you just wasted a lot of room on this idea.
Yeah. Is somebody good with the economy? Help. I'm spending many thousands of dollars on the Saw subplot.
read each other's scripts.
Yeah.
Get some feedback. Maybe a little too autonomous.
A little bit.
With their approach at this point.
Yeah. So they had written this episode just prior to needing to take a hiatus. The season 6 production was really rough just because of all the new assets they needed to make. Just making a whole new world for the Venture Brothers took its toll kind of in the early part of the actual production. They did not intend for this to be the finale of the season. Like we said, that just kind of happened by accident and poor planning.
Yes. Yeah. They thought they had 4 episodes left, but they actually had 2.
Yeah.
So the actual conclusion is pushed to the premiere of season 7, which we'll talk about soon.
Yeah.
And that ends up making sense. That feels appropriately climactic. It ends up making season 7 feel real weird too, though, because it begins on a high note.
Yeah.
And then just does some like, and we're still here, episodes after that, even though, season 7's fine.
Yeah.
But it does end up feeling weird. The book and commentary are not very useful in this. Just a lot of Doc explaining Saw to Jackson.
Yeah.
But they do talk about Clancy Brown, who is the voice of Red Death. Clancy Brown is great. Wonderful voice actor, and this characterization is so goddamn good.
Just his very gentle, wholesome, deep voice vibe. He's kind of like a Red Skull kind of guy who needs to kill at least once a year in order to satisfy his rage. The way that he goes back and forth between just being like, giving fatherly advice to these, to these youngsters, or talking to his wife and small child, to we're gonna kill everybody. It's real good.
It's real fun.
Yeah.
He fell into their lap, basically. Clancy Brown walked his dog in the same dog park that one of their producers walked their dog. So what a fun coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only in New York.
Only in New York, baby. Or any other city where two celebrities live, baby. Or in LA, baby. More likely in LA, baby, but can sometimes happen in New York, baby.
Oh god, yeah. I love Red Death. Red Death is so good.
Red Death's great. I'm glad we get a lot more Red Death in season 7.
Yes,
like Red Death flashbacks, stuff like that. I'm really glad this character sticks around.
His old days as a punk.
Yeah. It's really, really good. Yeah. No Country for Old Villain kind of shit. So we start off with the Saw parody, of course. A man with a black eye wakes up chained to a pipe in a bathroom. He screams for help. And there's another guy in there, also attached to a chain. And there's a big pile of bodies in the middle of the room with parts of their butts, like bites taken out of their butt cheeks.
Yes, strips of their flank removed there. Yeah. And that is just our little open before we go to unrelated stuff. We have 21 washing what appears to be blood off the front of the Morphomobile. There's some like weird production stuff about this. They've been finding and killing people that we haven't seen off of here. So it's kind of implied like he's fresh off of a different hit. What actually happened here though is that 21 had driven through a beet field. It doesn't matter that beets grow underground. It's like, just beets.
Also cut out of the episode. It ends up just being a real weird detail.
Yeah.
That gets explained in the commentary and then not. Yeah. It doesn't come up in the episode. Just bizarre.
Yeah.
The Monarch is upset. He talks about his marriage is falling up. Like, he lists this litany of things that are wrong. Like, his marriage is falling apart. He's been masturbating to hentai because he can no longer connect with real people.
Grim.
Never an excuse.
Grim.
Yeah, very grim. Exceedingly grim.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even have an adult cartoon. I guess hentai is not explicitly little kids. It's just women who look like little kids. Oh, okay.
It could be Marge Simpson and Lois from Family Guy going at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, like, is that hentai? Does hentai just mean animated porn, or is it?
I've got no idea. We're getting into is King of the Hill anime territory. I am not.
Oh no, I'm
not confident. In that.
I put my fucking foot down. No, we are not.
I don't know.
I'm just asking about the definition of the thing.
No. I'm saying that it is a similar question. I don't know if Western cartoon porn could be considered hentai. I would say it's cartoon porn. I think that it necessarily would have to be Eastern or styled after Eastern, Eastern kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
I'm also not a connoisseur, so I'm the wrong guy to ask.
I don't want to Google it. Like, I was like, I wonder what I'm kind of curious, but it's like, I like cartoons that feature women who look real young. Call me weird, but I just don't like the sexualization of youth.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Oh.
This is a cheap punchline. This doesn't actually. I'm not calling out the Monarch for this.
Yeah. Well, it's just I like the way he delivers it. It is real fun. Just with just kind of seems disgusted with himself for it. But the good news,
even him delivering it feels a little dated.
Oh, huh.
like 2016, like this, like, and I've been jerking off to hentai.
Yeah.
You know, like that would have been like a real mind blowing thing in 2012.
Yeah. I was looking up porn animations on Newgrounds. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to see Radiskull go to town on Strong Bad. Just a Radiskull eat the ass of Strong Bad. In a flat with a quick time of that, please.
2 of them. Yeah.
Oh, and here comes the cheat. He just joins the suck and fuck fest.
Yep. It just launches like a pole
here
vault.
comes Salad Finger Me. Like it's coming. Anywho.
Anyway, the good news is that Dr. Miss the Monarch and the entire council are sequestered because of this Blue Morpho threat. They're trying to figure out how to deal with it so they can work on the rest of their list. But this is bad news for 21.
Yeah. He's like upset. You know, he's like, hey, you know, the neurotoxin from Wandering Spire's dart gave me priapism for a week. I still can't feel my toes. If you remember, he got darted in the dick.
Yeah.
Gave him a week-long erection. And he's also like, yeah, the next person left is Red Death. Like, super scary, super old school. He only arches once a year, leaves a body count.
Yeah.
You know, and Monarch's like, oh, he's like 80. You know, he's not actually going to be able to do anything. This is going to be work.
Yeah. But he did manage to vaporize Sterling Smart. And just 21 does not want to go up against him. And pretty soon the Monarch won't want to go up against him for a different reason.
Yeah. So Dr. Mrs. the Monarch approaches Hunter on a park bench, and they start doing the code phrase mix up kind of joke.
Yeah.
Like, you know, do you have a light? Oh, only in Amsterdam. You know?
Right.
Oh, I thought we were doing the cigarette one, etc.
Yeah. Hunter is there. Yeah. Like we said, he is in it's the only time they had him dress up in an actual Hunter S. Thompson outfit. You know, with the accountant's visor and stuff like that. The OSI will help the guild as long as the bait, Dr. Venture, you know, because they seem to be working up through Dr. Venture's arches, maybe to get to him. If Dr. Venture can be secured, Brock won't sign off on it unless they can give 100% assurance that they're going to be fine.
Yes. And Hunter is excited that Red Death's still in the game and still willing to do this. He's a pro, everybody's a fan.
Yes.
There. Phantom Limb walks up in his spy outfit saying a third bad catchphrase, which is funny.
Yeah.
Brock compliments his beret because he's a French little spy.
We got back to the bathroom. The two men are there. They're checking their stories against each other. The one who was there before is kind of lying, and they're both being a little bit cagey with each other, saying like, "Hey, we just woke up here." The new guy is upset that the other guy, his chain is longer. He can like walk over to him to hand him a metal bar.
Yeah, I legitimately do not understand this. I know I said it before, but like, man, just laying the jokes out, I'm just like, man, what is?
Yeah.
What were they thinking? Not to AVG on it, but what were they thinking?
Bickering about chain length. Yeah.
It feels like maybe this was a scenario that maybe Doc and Jackson got into when they were just improvising at each other.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Like, what if there were two Saw guys and they were like, oh, my chain's better. It turns into hilarious Waiter Brothers. But your chain's longer. What is this, gym class? My chain should be longer.
Yeah.
You know, I thought there'd be 4 people. You said there'd be 5.
Yeah.
You get the gas. No, you go get the gas. You said you were going to get the gas. Like, I don't like this Waiter Brothers shit.
Yeah. Like just the new guy holds the chain out for the old guy ends up getting his finger dislocated, and it works into a pull my finger joke as he gets it set back up.
Really pull my finger, and it's man, what's going on? Yeah, why are you wasting time on this when the next scene is literally amazing? It's such a weird episode. You need to put it in a centrifuge and just like separate out the crap.
Yeah.
Because the next episode is Red Death sitting on a park bench, and this is the first time we've seen him. He's dressed up like a preppy, like, you know, with a sweater around his shoulders. But he has a red skull. His skin is like red muscle tissue there. And he's watching his daughter play, who is also as such.
I think she's got a bit of her old man in her.
I love it so much. The way everyone just acts like she's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think Monarch, when he walks up, asks, "Oh, which one's yours?" As
Yeah, it's so
Lila's
good.
walking around.
It's her in the boots. Ever since we watched Paddington, she hasn't taken off her rain boots. You know,
Nothing but marmalade sandwiches.
that one. It's really great and just absolutely winning performance.
Yeah.
And then the Monarch starts slowly drawing his gun, and Red Death goes, "Are you here babysitting, Monarch? You don't have children." Real power move.
Oh,
you know? I love it. Monarch is freaked out by this, and Red Death says, "Oh yes, I'm a big fan." You know, especially that thing you did with the Rusty Venture marionette. That's old school. But he sees through the Monarch's shit.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yeah, recognizes him even though he's out of costume. And that flattery is just enough. It wins the Monarch over. Like, oh my God, this awesome, terrifying guy respects me, you know? But then Red Death grabs his shoulder, says, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, all of this kind of like office talk, because you're not at the office, right? Like, we can talk about our work at work. Right now, you have to separate your work from your life. We're here at this park. And this is when he starts going into his rage, saying, "Oh, it's a slippery slope when you get lost in your character." We're kind of seeing the anger problem that's revealed as his eyes turn.
Yeah, scaring the Monarch, but not scaring the Monarch enough.
No,
as we'll find out. We cut over Hadrid sitting at a desk. He's still beat up, you know, and Guild and OSI people flood in. He starts, you know, he stands up. He's just like starts trying to stop them from getting in, and Brock's like, no, we got this.
Yeah,
take the day off. Be careful where you point that flashlight. Again, the weird way that they remember in the book when they talked about season 6, how they were like, we wanted to bring Hadrid back because we had this idea for him.
I don't remember them saying that.
Out.
No, he just gets sidelined by being put in traction early on by a orangutan. Yeah.
And if I recall, he doesn't really come back in season 7 either.
Right.
Like, they kind of kept him around explicitly to not. He has that nice moment with Brock.
Yeah.
But
no, I think it's just because he's free to have around because Jackson does the voice.
Yeah. Yep. And but the nice thing is we're getting the old crew. So Shore Leave is here in addition to Hunter.
Man, I miss Shore Leave. It was great having him here.
Oh, Mr. Chin. The Monarch gets back. 21 says, "Oh, you're late for supper." You said 4 and it's 4:30. They do some supper versus dinner bits.
Yeah.
And 21 is terrified the Monarch even talked to Red Death. Right. But the Monarch's like, no, like, he's great. Like, we can't kill him. I'll tell you right now, that man is a treasure. You know,
the delivery on that line is very good.
It's real good.
Just like, no, we need to find a way around this.
He has to pee. The downstairs bathroom hasn't been finished, so he pees in the sink, which leads to absolutely blood-chilling commentary where Doc's like, yeah, I peed in a sink at a party where people were there.
No.
Lying in the bathroom, I pee in the sink. I'm not proud of it. I rinse it out, and I'm like, at a fucking party?
Go outside.
Yeah, like I've peed in a sink. Okay. Peed in a sink. The main times I peed in a sink, when I several houses ago, my office was in a basement. And I had to leave the house to get out. Like the door to the basement was outside. So sometimes I'd be it'd be the morning. I'd have to pee. I'd pee in a basement work sink that was not used for anything.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine being at someone else's house.
That is gigantic. I can't imagine pissing in a kitchen sink to begin with, you know, even if it was mine, I would still know.
Not mine. Yeah. Like I would know. And then also like you rinse it off and it's fine. Like, we talked about this stuff more than anyone cares to listen to. Yes. Like I'm a shower pisser.
Okay.
I piss in the shower. I don't care. I'll piss in a work sink. Sometimes there'll be that little drain in the middle of a basement floor. I've straight up laid down, dangled my dick into the drain and let pee come out.
That's a little much for me because that doesn't immediately go away. Like there's nothing to flush that out.
I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah. No.
I also wasn't nearly as scared of critters and ghoulies as I am now.
Yeah. A Black Widow could straight up just chomp your tip, dude.
Candiro me and pilot me around like a mech. Like it could have got real bad. I'm saying that even me with my shitty standards for that would not pee in a kitchen sink
at a party. Yeah, that is a foul. It is both foul and a foul. I don't care for that one bit.
Incredible. Just incredible admission to just like drop. It's like my buddy who is like, you like shit your pants once a year to everybody. I told that to everybody. He says that he expects everyone to be like, hell yeah, bro.
High five.
Yeah. But every time, so people are like, no, it's actually a rare and distressing event that I shit my pants.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
It's not regular enough that I can just be like, oh yeah.
It's happened to me. It's happened to me once in the past 25 years. And it was one of the worst days of my life.
It's super rare.
Yeah.
And have like at one point I thought I did it on accident in bed because I was sick and I thought that, and that was no good.
Yeah.
But that happened, 2011? It's quite a while ago.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of thing that just happens like clockwork.
I mean,
I'm not trying to call out my friend too much, but it had similar energy. Yeah. It was like, I'll pee in a sink at a party.
No.
Everybody does it.
No. That excuse doesn't work for pissing in a pool either. Don't piss in a fucking pool.
Yeah. Somebody's right there.
Yeah.
Like how if you're in a pool, like the situation in which you can pee in a pool.
God, no, none, Gary.
It's your pool and you're alone.
Okay.
Go with God. I still wouldn't do it, but I don't, it's not nearly as bad as like you could legitimately like be making eye contact with somebody who either owns the pool or who is in the pool, or it's a public pool and it's owned by all. And you're just like, I'm peeing.
And thinking about like a party, every party you've ever been to, where do people mill about? Like, where do people hang out? The kitchen.
What is the stealth mission Doc did to make this happen?
I got no idea.
He just says it like it's not a bit.
No,
and there's no shame. It's so weird to me. Like it's one of the weirdest doc fashions that have come out.
Gary, this is going to be one of those things. This is good God, we're going to get a lot of people interacting with us around this.
You think so?
I mean, it's one of those. It was a classic thing on Something Awful, but like there were certain conversations that you just couldn't have because like people got weirdly passionate about it. So like peeing in the sink versus not peeing in the sink, that's up there with like circumcision or beans and chili, like just conversations that cannot be allowed to be had. There are people who are going to be fucking baffled, both on the pro and con side, even about shower pissing. I'm not a shower pisser, not comfortable doing it. I don't have an opinion about somebody else doing it in their own, but there are going to be people coming in throwing bombs on both sides of it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I would like to think that no peeing at a party while other people are there could unite.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in people putting aside their differences anymore.
And,
so
and even
it used to be a thing and no
even
longer.
Even me saying like, go outside and piss against a wall in an alley. Like there's going to be people saying, what, do you want to end up on the sex offender list? People are going to come into it, me saying, oh, go outside and piss on a bush and kill the bush. No, it just no. They just people get animated around this.
What if the bush that you peed on in question did 9/11? And maybe it's a good thing to piss on that bush.
Man, I got some jet fuel to drain.
Yeah, I'm gonna go melt some steel beams if you know what I mean. I don't know. I just this was shocking to me. And we're out of the book at this point.
Yes.
After this episode, we're out of book, but we're not out of commentary. So there's still going to be more and more just absolutely blood chilling, like, stories of how these men live.
Yeah.
Some real male living spaces through the Venture Brothers craters.
Yeah.
Anywho, we cut over to Rusty's, to the penthouse, to Rusty's house. Rusty's there. Dr. Mrs. the Monarch is there. So Rusty hits on her.
Of course.
Again.
You keep coming back here. You must be drawn to me.
Yeah. Everyone checks their guns. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Everybody's here.
Mm-hmm. Snoopy has a location on Red Death, and Phantom Limb gets really, really angry, thinking that the OSI is, tracking individual guild agents. He's about to kill him with his electro arms when Snoopy's like, no, he called me from his house in Long Island. Like, stop it.
Yeah. Upstairs, they have the decoys ready. This is great.
I love this.
It's
so much.
Watch and Ward dressed up as Hank and Dean.
It's like looking in a mirror.
It was a good watch.
Thanks.
The disguise kits haven't been used from the 70s, so They're like, it's like looking in the mirror. Yeah, if the members of Grand Funk Railroad were behind us.
No, it's Hank who says it. Yeah, the members of Grand Funk Railroad behind us. They've got leather vests on with the leather fringe. It's
real good. This is a great, cute, like meta thing. I love this. They're each missing an eye. They don't have their scanners in to their goggles, and they're just they're talking about this. They never stop itching. And Hank's like, no, check this out. Classic model Dean and Hank. And it's real cute to have them dress up like first season and second season Dean and Hank.
All of the decoys. I just enamored with all of the decoys.
This is where Watch and Ward do the Go Team Venture as well, right?
Yep, that's the only Go Team Venture of the season.
Yep, as they're dressed up as Hank and Dean, classic Hank and Dean.
Go Team Venture. Good. Oh, man. Watch's eye socket starts blinking. Great, that's an email I won't be able to read until I put my goggles back on. Oh god, just the idea, like, oh gosh, we hollowed out these eye sockets and we didn't even think about the implications. Oh, they never stop itching. I'm horrified. People lose their eyes every day, but just something about the looming
sometimes
socket.
Multiple eyes a day.
Yeah.
Brock and Shoreleave are there. Shoreleave has to dress up as Brock and watch the boys out there. They're deciding who has to do what duty through playing rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
And this is great. Like Brock just does rock, and he gets scissors the first time, and the second time Shoreleave does paper, and he's like, no, rock beats it. Rock beats everything.
Why does anybody play anything other than rock?
Anything else? Really great.
Oh yeah.
So Shoreleave has to watch the boys.
Yeah.
But he's going to keep dressing like Brock.
Yeah.
Keep the wig because it looks great on him.
Rusty is going to clear the scene while they use his house. Going to go over to Action Man and Colonel Gentleman's place with Billy and Pete. I love Pete being really excited about his mom's veal piccata.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
Man, when I was young, I used to eat veal. Veal would show up before I knew really what it was.
Yeah.
And then I learned what veal was as a teen. And now I just don't see veal around.
I think it's
it's real weird.
It's a little faux pas. It's faux pas like foie gras.
I always assumed since they serve it in like more restaurants, it wasn't quite foie gras level. Yeah. But it just feels like there was veal everywhere when I was a kid. So
yeah. I think the blowback on veal was enough. I don't even, okay, I was about to say I don't see it in stores. I also don't go looking for it in stores.
Yeah, you had to do a secret knock.
You have to buy it,
some veal ID.
Buy it hidden under a sheet to hide your sin from God.
Yeah. Black market. So Billy says, like, I'll save you some veal, Rusty, if you start feeling blue. Wink. Because he still thinks he's the Blue Morpho.
Yeah. I was like, why is he saying wink? And it's like, oh yeah, Billy only has one eye. He would have to emphasize if he was winking because that's all he's got.
Yeah. Otherwise it might be a blink. Back in the Saw parody, the new guy goes to eat some food that was slid under the door, this roast chicken. And the other guy goes, oh yeah, the food comes 3 times a day, but it's poisonous. He's testing us.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you've been here for weeks. If you haven't been eating the food, how are you doing? What are you doing? And he's been eating the butts from the bodies.
The non-dirty parts of the butts. He's insistent.
Yes. Yeah, not the actual assholes.
Yeah. And please help me. He's a butt eater. The new guy's worried that his butt is going to get et.
We cut back over to the good plot. Red Death asks his wife, Kate, to save him some dinner. He has an arching that night. And his wife is this beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Is the joke. She does not care that he's made of skin or lack of skin.
Right. Yeah. They just have this loving and wholesome relationship. She comes into the bathroom as he's putting on his cloak and like, oh, do you want me to put your roll in the bag with your roast beef? Like, no, the gravy gets mushy. It's just real mundane and cute.
Very cute.
And just the way that his eyes light up when she asks like, oh, do you want a brownie? I'm like, brownies.
Brownie. Of course he does.
Yeah.
Out in the city, Shoreleave is regaling Hank and Dean with tales of this club he's taking them to. The Limelight, which has turned into a mall. This is a little joke for people who went to the Limelight.
Yeah.
Back in the day. It's a club that used to be a church. It's no longer a mall.
Yeah.
At this point.
it was a fitness center at the time they were recording the commentary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like this. Well, first off, Dean being upset that they turned a church into a club, right? But then Shore Leave saying like, oh, well, let's just go to CBGB's, which even I know that's not CBGB's anymore.
Yeah. Or Shore Leave.
Yeah. World's passing him by.
Red Death flies overhead on his horse, screaming about how he's coming for Dr. Avenger's soul. Shore Leave is envious. You know, I had to be on babysitting duty.
How come even when I am Brock, I still want to be Brock? You know, because he's still wearing the costume. Hank's response.
And Hank says, that's something I've been dealing with my whole life. It's very sweet.
Oh, man. Cut over to Monarch and 21. They're out on Long Island while Red Death is riding over the city. They're approaching Red Death's house. They're dressed up as guild strangers, ringing the bell to tell his wife, Kate, you know, hey, you know, we're here with bad news. Red Death has been compromised. You need to go to your parents' place and not answer any phone calls.
Yes. The idea they're going to try to blackmail Red Death and giving up his arching rights.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about how he landed this hot wife.
Yeah.
There's this great flashback. I love this so much with Action Man telling Rusty to pull his finger. But when he does, he takes the pin on a grenade.
Yep. I told you to pull my finger, not pull the pin out of this grenade.
Really good. So Action Man throws the grenade across the yard and Scamp 3 runs up to it.
And Rusty, back before the selflessness was beaten out of him by the circumstances of life and his dad's psychotic behavior and friends, he jumps on the grenade to try and save his dog, right? Like, no.
Yep.
And instead of exploding, what happens is a little pole snaps up through Rusty's abdomen and a flag comes out of it saying boom.
Yep, it's like a Joker grenade.
Yeah.
And everybody laughs at this. And, you know, he talks about his dad removed his kidney with a local anesthetic. This is all really great. You as a guy, I just couldn't handle losing another Scamp. And then we get like God, I love Colonel Gentleman. This weird, that's nothing. Rodney over here killed a baby. He's a baby killer.
And Rose is like, oh, stop it.
Yeah, Rodney would never do that.
Yeah.
It's true he killed a baby. It's like
you're running into Fat Bastard
uncle.
there a little bit with that voice.
Well, they're voiced by similar people. He's getting real drunk uncle about it.
Yeah, it is like just blowing up his spot about this. And
it doesn't go anywhere or anything either.
No.
It's wonderful.
And just acting like, hey, it was a werewolf. Come on, it wasn't a baby.
When we got there, it was a baby. The idea that if you kill a werewolf, it turned back into a human and it happened to be a baby.
Yeah, it was a damn ocelot.
Yeah, it's so good. I love this detail. Baby killer.
Just busting his balls.
Very good.
Oh man, that whole scene, all that stuff with Old Team Venture, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Over on top of Venture Tower, everything is kind of covered by snipers from all around, some of which end up becoming characters in season 7. And Red Death approaches and sends one of his energy beams out. One of his attacks is it's like an energy scythe kind of deal.
Yeah. Brock runs out with the other decoys, so watch him board as the boys. Hunter as Rusty and Phineas Phage as helper. Great. Very cute.
Just Phage runs out. Beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
It's the same beep. It's lovely. Red Death is using live rounds, this energy scythe shooting things out, and Brock's into it.
Yeah.
He launches off the diving board to tackle Red Death into the pool. They're going to actually fight.
Yeah. And that at least deals with the immediate threat here. And we leave this exciting scene to go back into the bathroom to learn the identities of our two guys here.
Yes.
The new guy is eating his dinner and is getting ready to finish off his tea. And he says like, oh, I think I recognize you. The old guy, the guy who's been there for a while says, no, that's impossible. I'm a loner. And then the guy says, oh, can you warm up my coffee for me? And the old guy reveals that he's Maestro Wave by sending over a little bit of energy to warm up the cup.
Yeah. Microwave's a great name
Yes.
for a villain. He's like, oh, and you're the termite. You know, can't you just tunnel us out of here? He's like, no, I can't do it without my helmet. I talked about it in the last episode. I said like there would be one simple fix for this. This should have been 2 characters that they didn't kill before.
Yeah.
Like this should be Wandering Spider.
Yeah.
And like Think Tank.
Yes.
Or something. Like 2 characters, you know, change the plotting. So the Monarch thought 21 killed them, but didn't. They should not have introduced 2 characters and just had this sudden implication that they've been killing villains forever. Several of which ended up on a corpse, like an anonymous corpse pile.
Yeah.
Previous to this, like they were killing villains on accident through happenstance.
Yeah.
You know, things like Harangatang or the Doom Factory getting blown up it's just confused.
Yeah.
It's very messy. You know, those were accidents. That was kind of the joke.
Yeah.
Now the joke is that 21 has not actually been killing them. He's been secretly doing this thing. And here's some guys you never heard of who don't have no funny jokes to say.
Yeah. All you would lose is the reveal that these are villains, right? But them being caught in this situation could be interesting enough if you relied on, you know, established characters who would be interesting together. But
yeah. And I would just end up like cutting out the mystery part of this at all. I was not jazzed by the idea of like, oh, who are these Saw guys?
Yeah.
What's this weird Saw thing happening during the climax of the season?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know, you'd miss out on something, but it was something that was not even close to being worth doing.
Yeah.
Like, so big bummer to me. They've also just done so many variations of the, like, the powers come from the helmet.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Tigerific. You'll rip the door out. Can't. It's Tiger Suit. Like they did that. That's a season 2 joke.
Yeah.
Or a season 1 joke. You know, it's so tired.
Yeah.
It's a very tired subplot. Yeah. Back on the roof, Watch and Ward are critiquing their acting chops to Red Death. There, which is really funny.
And let the neckerchief be your inspiration.
How you be Hank. And Red Death, ever the professional, is like, so are we going to do a reset here? Which I really like. And Ward pushes Watch into the pool. Nothing's happened so far. They're waiting for Blue Morpho to show up.
Right.
Which of course they can't because the Blue Morpho is after Red Death, but indirectly.
Yes.
So
and his phone rings, and it is, you know, Blue Morpho. It is the Monarch on this with this voice disguiser saying, "Hey, I've kidnapped your wife and child. I will hand them over to you if you give up your arching rights to venture." Which starts, I think, a better just direct film poll, which is Clancy Brown as Red Death just doing the speech from Taken.
Yeah. It's a little better. It feels less aged than just doing a Saw parody.
Yeah, but still
also was weird.
Yeah,
it's still just presenting the thing from another thing.
Yeah,
with no synthesis or change or anything to it. You know, it barely qualifies as a parody. It's just him saying the lines.
Yeah,
and they talked about in the commentary like, oh, we were all obsessed with Takens, like movies that are Takens.
Yes,
as a general rule. It just again feels weird to me. I like this is how Red Death would respond. You know, you're not going to threaten Red Death's family, but I just didn't care for the Taken bit.
Yeah. Compare this to the Bull Durham, where they took that monologue and hankified it.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great comparison point.
Yeah.
You know, also, like I would argue, and this is just me speaking, so maybe this is not universally true, but less of a well-known thing.
Yeah.
And less parodied. The like, I have a very specific set of skills has been memified.
Yeah. Bull Durham isn't exactly in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about Bull Durham,
except
and that ends up, and that makes it better. You know, he says, you know, hand them over, and oh, sorry, they hang up, and they're like, oh, we can't do it, we don't have them, we're gonna get vaporized.
Yeah, like oh no, they're panicking.
They're terrified.
Yeah. Cut over to the brownstone where the dinner party is, and Colonel Gentleman tells Rusty, you know, stories about his dad. You know, just like, oh, the man slept with Grace Kelly. He even owned a boxer.
The boxer.
Speedy. Oh God, Speedy. Yeah.
Speedy. Yeah. So they're telling these stories in relation to the Blue Morpho, and Billy's like, the Blue Morpho is definitely not the original Blue Morpho. Wink. And we get some more backdrop of the Ventures and Blue Morpho's original Blue Morpho's relationship.
Yeah.
You know, Colonel Gentleman says like, oh, Jonas was beside himself with grief when the Blue Morpho died. Kano even cried at the funeral.
Yeah. And this is the first time Rusty put it together that his dad's Kano was the same person as the Blue Morpho's Kano.
Yeah. And Colonel Gentleman's like, oh, you'd get a lot more of this stuff if you hung out more. Like, you don't be such a stranger, Rust. We're family. It's very sweet.
Yeah. I like that.
You know?
I like kind and nurturing Colonel Gentleman. Like, so we should stick together, right?
It's a really good drunk arc for him. Like him being drunk and kind of busting Action Man's balls and then being sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That is real drunk relative stuff.
Relatable.
Yeah. Back in the bathroom, Maestro Wave kills Termite with a lead pipe.
Yeah.
And the idea here, the joke is he's gone crazy from captivity, and the person he thinks is the jigsaw for him wants him to eat the butt.
Yeah. Trying to make him into the ultimate villain by having him eat the butts of all these other villains to gain their power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm so mad. Red Death slashes his way into the Morpho cave. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Blows the costume pods apart, revealing the hiding Monarch and 21.
No.
And they run out being like, no, we don't have your family. They're safe. They're at your in-laws. He calls to confirm at this point. It's really good.
Yeah, he's doing the big screaming, the echoing Blue Morpho. There's a bag in the trunk of the car. Lila wants her corn chips. Sweetie, they don't go stale overnight.
Like, okay, well, I'll pick up some more. Okay. Like it's very sweet. He takes off his hood and he says, like, level with me, Monarch. Rusty gets back home, finds out Dr. Mrs. the Monarch is still there. It's been a bust. The Blue Morpho stood her up. She says she's going to find him and kill him herself.
Yeah.
And then after she does it, the elevator doesn't close in time.
Yeah.
So she's not on her way down.
Missed dramatic beat. Yeah. Rusty steps out back onto the pool deck and is shocked to see that there's a little intramural. There's an OSI and Guild pool party going on. They're playing pool volleyball. I like that Hank is with the bad guys because they're winning.
Yeah, I love them. Just good guys versus bad guys pool party volleyball. It's very sweet. And Doc at this point is going to be a grump. Get out of my house, which is the main thing. And then he just fuck it. Who wants a Docktail?
Master Mixologist.
And everyone goes, yay! Which I love the idea of just all these people choking down a tall pour of grenadine.
And just Slim Jim Fizz.
Yep. On the roof, they cut over to these two characters, this Guild sniper and this OSI sniper, bonding, talking about their past relationships.
Yeah.
They've had how they understand each other.
Yeah. Because they're both, cogs in this machine.
Yes. These guys are going to come back, weirdly enough.
Mm-hmm.
The Monarch goes back to the Monarch telling his story, saying like, he really wants to arch Dr. Venture. And Red Death says, like, listen, when we follow the rules, we can do what we want and we can still have our lives. Rules help us hate. I was young once, and I also had an obsession with Dr. Cadmium. But I found a way to deal with it. And you think he's going to be like a therapy.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Just, talking it out. So you know what I did? I marched right up to him, looked into his eye, then I crushed his skull and burned his house down and slaughtered his entire family.
It's great.
Saying, oh, you just deal with your bully at school. You just walk up to him and punch him right in the face.
Yeah.
Terrible advice. Yeah.
So he's basically giving him his blessing, like, do your thing, Blue Morpho, and then change your ways. Like, don't fuck with my family or whatever, but if you got to get Dr. Venture, get there. 21 asks Red Death how he can handle killing people. Like, don't you ever get sad? And Red Death goes, I'm really surprised to hear that, given how many villains you've taken out. And 21 goes, well, I didn't really take them out, and opens the door to the downstairs bathroom. Manolo is supposed to be redecorating, remodeling. Where Maestro Wave has killed all the villains.
Yeah.
The idea is he was just trying to keep them alive. He did not realize they were eating each other because one of them decided to go crazy for no reason.
Right.
Big wet fart of an ending.
Yeah.
And also does not deal with 21's PTSD stuff at all.
Nope.
Red Death says, like, listen, I was really hoping I was going to be able to kill somebody tonight. Maybe I can feed my problem as well as yours.
Yeah. So just one takes care of the other, and that's fine. And we end on a joke like this. The monarch is not pissed off about the lies or anything. He's just pissed off that there was a bathroom down here and he didn't know about it.
What was 21's plan?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ, landscaping.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone listening. This, someday this won't be my problem. I don't. It's like they have the loudener. You know, when like Homer gets the silencer and the loudener.
Yeah.
You know, just like loud pipes save lives when it comes to this edge trimmer.
Yeah, no, and like you have to like very specially go and get one of those ones that's gas powered now. Like most of them are electric, and it's not quiet by any stretch. But yeah, no, I think they did it specifically to piss you off.
It's working.
Yeah.
What was 21's end plan here?
No idea.
Like just let them go, and then they just say that they were kidnapped by Blue Morpho and say where they were.
Take care of them forever.
Yeah. What a dumb plot.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Mm-hmm.
This show does not know how to handle 21.
No.
The post credits is cute though.
Yeah, because the guild and the OSI sniper, you know, they're upset that they're going to have to part ways. We're going to leave camp. We're never going to see each other again. It's even worse than that. They're going to go and they're going to have to be enemies. You know?
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, how are we going to recognize each other? And the OSI sniper takes off her helmet, revealing she has long hair. She's a woman. The voice was kind of ambiguous before, and the guild sniper takes his hat off, saying like, "Oh, you'll recognize me because I replaced the top of my head with this plastic dome, and I have lots of wires coming out of it."
Wires coming out of it, and then that's it.
Yep.
Cute ending. Give him tons of slack because it's not meant to be the finale.
Mm-hmm.
The finale is kind of sweet with the guild and the OSI playing volleyball. Like that kind of works.
Yeah.
You know, pretty well, I think.
Mm-hmm. Ending on the OSI guild team up as secondary as it is, that's a bit of a finale kind of vibe. But
yes.
Yeah.
The real finale will come next season, but we're going to play by, no fair tennis without a net. We're going to play by the rules and do the season wrap up.
Yes.
Treat this like a season.
Yeah. So next episode will be the season 6 roundup. As we talk about the whole thing, talk about the DVD extras, and also read your responses. By now, it is too late to write in. We will have already recorded that one, I believe. So thanks. Anyway. Didn't mean for that to sound like a jerk thing. But if you have thoughts about season 7, there is still time to write them in. Yeah.
I can't hear anything anymore because of the landscaping. So you guys know what to do. Patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. We have to end this episode so I can go assassinate this landscaper. I'm not really going to, but God, it's driving me crazy. It's extra loud today.
Well, I mean, I did pay him to. Oh boy. Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, shot us both in the foot. It's probably that dastardly Ira Glass trying to bring down his competition.
He knows we're coming for him. But yeah, you know what to do.
It's like Empire Records. Yeah, you know what to do.
Yeah.
And until next time,
go Team Venture.